Hey guys, Danny here. So today I have 3 monitors at 3 drastically different price points. So I thought, why not let's make this into a worth it episode. So full disclosure to you guys, 2 of these monitors here are my own, the PA32UCX-PK and the PA279CV. But the latest PA32DC here is not mine. It's a test unit provided to me by ASUS and I have to return it to them after I'm done. To be honest, I don't think I'm technical enough to do a full review for these monitors in this video. So I just want to share my user experience as a professional colorist using these 3 monitors, starting with the $400 PA279CV. So this was the first ProArt monitor that I bought. On the spec sheet, it has a 4K IPS panel that covers 100% sRGB, which is the color gamut that matters to me, and a delta E of less than 2, which measures its color accuracy, best being delta E of 0. So 2 is pretty good, and the build is solid with a metal stand and it's fairly light for its size. So the only setback that I found with this monitor is that it doesn't hold the color calibration very well. I can calibrate it to look same with my reference monitor, but after a few days the monitor will become a bit magenta, and it also has an IPS panel, so the contrast that you can get out of this monitor is lacking. The darker blacks will look faded and mushed together with the shadows, so you can't see the extra depth of contrast. But I really like the price on this monitor for what it can do. Moving on to the PA32UCX-PK. This is something that I bought this year after doing some research. It has a 4K IPS mini LED 10-bit panel which can go up to 1200 nits of brightness for high dynamic range monitoring, and it also covers 100% of sRGB with a delta E of less than 1, so it's more accurate than a PA279CV. From what I understand with this monitor, it's so thick because it uses mini LED at the back to light up the IPS panel in front to reach 1200 nits of peak brightness. So I guess this is one of the features that help this monitor to hold its color, because the mini LED is controlling the brightness separately from the IPS panel. I don't mind the thickness of it because it sits in my studio permanently and it adds more professionalism when clients come and sit in. So I really like the design of this metal stand with golden highlights, and it comes with a hood and an I1 calibrator in the box for free. What I don't like about this $2,000 monitor is that the buttons are located behind the monitor for some reason. I always have to feel for the buttons and it gets pretty annoying. Luckily for the other 2 monitors, it doesn't have this problem. The second issue that I have is something to do with the nature of backlit mini LED panels, which is the halo around bright areas. So if you display something bright against a black background or vice versa, you notice a halo coming from the mini LED spill, and I looked it up online and it seems like a pretty normal thing for these type of panels. And finally, this is the latest monitor from ASUS, the PA32DC. It features a 10-bit 4K OLED, which stands for Organic LED panel, which supports 100% of sRGB and a delta E of less than 1, same like the PA32UCX. So why is it double the price of the PA32UCX when the specs are more or less same? Well, for one, OLED and mini LED technology is very different, which I will not go into, but I just want to tell you that there's a visible difference in contrast when you look at both panels. The PA32DC has more details and a better roll off from the shadows to the highlights. And if you compare it with the PA32UCX, it almost looks faded like the $400 PA29CV. So although the PA32UCX has darker blacks, but the shadows are still faded because that's how mini LED works. So for the OLED panel on the other hand, each pixel is individually lit so that you see a better result when it comes to contrast. But wait, is it double the price just because of a little bit of contrast? Luckily, no. With the PA32DC, it's much thinner and has a handlebar, which means that you can easily bring it on set for production. It even have built-in metal feet which you can flip out easily, and I also like that they have placed the buttons in front for this monitor. And of course, the crown jewel of them all, the built-in colorimeter. I find it super useful because on other monitors, usually you have to take off the monitor hood, plug in your colorimeter, hang it closely to the screen to avoid light leaks, and after you're done, you have to reinstall the monitor hood again. So you can imagine how tedious this becomes in the long run, but with a built-in colorimeter, my god, it cuts out so much work because I can use it with the monitor hood still attached and I don't have to worry about light leaks because it's programmed to fit tightly. Feel free to read more about the PA32DC with the link in the description because I have to keep this video short. Alright, so 3 monitors at 3 different price points. Which monitor is my verdict winner? I have to say it's the PA32DC. As a professional colorist, it has everything that I need from a monitor and more. Although it doesn't go as bright as the mini LED, I don't really mind because I don't grade in HDR anyways. But if you're a filmmaker or editor, I think that the PA279CV is gonna be your verdict winner because a lot of the technology from the premium monitors has trickled down the ProArt range. So that's it for this video. I hope this video was helpful or at least entertaining for you. If it was, let me know with the thumbs and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.